women who get together with other women are healthier, happier, and stronger.
Now we can make some figure eights with our hips. Figure eight, figure eight, figure eight, figure eight. Woo!
By the time I met Mickey, I had already contemplated suicide and I was developing a plan. That's how dark my life had gotten.
Because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Bernadette Wagner.
Hello, Hagerstown, and welcome to Prime Time for Women, the show for and about women in their prime. You guys are good. So I am so excited to be here at Kepler Theater, this beautiful theater. 8 months ago when we started the show, I would have never guessed that we were going to be here. You know, it's so amazing to have the support of the community. It makes me so happy. I feel like doing a little dance or a cheer. I know. Let's do a cheer. I'm going to say Kepler Theater, and you guys say HCC. Okay, let's see what kind of cheerleaders you are. Ready? Kepler Theater. HCC. Kepler Theater. HCC. Kepler Theater. HCC. Oh, give yourselves a round of applause. You guys are great. So when we started Prime Time for Women 8 months ago, we had just a vision of bringing women together to celebrate women at a certain age, challenge ageist thinking, and really kind of celebrate that they've lived a little, that they've learned a lot, and that they make a difference in our community. We look to highlight different female entrepreneurs because we want women to support women-owned businesses. And we look to bring women together because we know, according to science, that when women get together, they're stronger, healthier, and happier. And so you all are part of that collaborative movement, and we couldn't have been doing Prime Time for Women all this time without you, so I just want to give you a round of applause. So one of the things that I talk about a lot on Prime Time for Women is this idea that when women connect, especially when they have those girlfriends that they've had, I don't know, since they were little. You know, I think probably most women I know have a friend from their childhood and they still talk to them at least at Christmas. But we also have those women in our lives who I think know us better than we know ourselves, who finish our sentences for us, who know what we're going to say before we know what we're going to say. So if you have a girlfriend like that that really plays that role in your life, go like this, woo! Yeah, I know, it's amazing. It's really amazing. But I've been doing a little bit of reading, and it turns out that there's this whole other dimension of health protection, and it occurs when you meet people who are different than you, people from other races or other cultures, people from different political affiliations, socioeconomic groups, or education levels. So when you really listen to their stories and you hear what they have to say, it sort of bumps up against our ingrained thoughts, ideas, and beliefs. And our brains go like this, yikes, what's that? I don't like that. Ooh, that's uncomfortable. And that's what social scientists call cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is that uncomfortable feeling that relates and comes to be as a result of challenging your ideas. After you have that uncomfortable feeling, your brain does this amazing thing. It starts creating new neuronal connections to make sense of that new information, to restore balance, and to resolve conflict. So every time that you have that opportunity to do that, it's actually brain health protective. And so I really, to me, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking it's sort of like being at the gym. When you weight lift, you build muscle mass, and it's uncomfortable. It's the same with cognitive dissonance. Get to know somebody else. It's good for you. You'll be glad you did it. Yeah, that's for sure. So we have a great show lined up for you today. We have guests who are going to be talking about other cultures and new beginnings. We have poets that are going to be challenging us to step outside of our comfort zone. We have people from all kinds of backgrounds here to celebrate our diversity, but also our unity as women in the second half of life. So today we're going to have Sandra Oblitas, originally from Bolivia, is going to be here to talk about her passion for dance and how she uses that as a tool to celebrate diversity and also build bridges across cultures. We have Takesha Martinez, who our poet laureate is going to be sharing a poem that's going to challenge you to let go of some of those fears that keep you from those new beginnings. And for the first time, she's going to be introducing a new poet, Angel Hart, who's here to share her talent. It's a new beginning for her. She's first time on Primetime for Women. And she just released an album, a digital album called An Angel Speaks, and we're so excited that she's here. We also have Kara Oscom from Trades of Hope, and she's going to talk about an international organization that uplifts women around the world out of poverty. And last but not least, we have the Prima Donna Dancers. I know you all have been watching that Facebook feed. They're here to strut their stuff and show their moves. They're here to really entertain you and to show what happens when you do step out of your comfort zone and try something new. So when we talk about women getting together, talk about women meeting new people, challenging themselves, trying to coordinate with all these other women in a group, laughing until their ribs hurt, that's what the Prima Donna Dancers are going to do. So you'll be so glad that you're here. Before we go to our commercial break, bring up our first guest, I want to thank our sponsors. We wouldn't be here without the support of Meredith Health, who makes a difference in the health community every single day. Also, Hagerstown Community College is sponsoring this show in their beautiful theater. We have the Antietam Broadband, the Women's Club, Smart Entertainment, and Smart TV and Steady Entertainment. So thanks to all those leaders in our community who make Primetime for Women and our mission possible. Thanks, everybody. We'll be right back.
Honey, we finally made it.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
No matter where you're at in your retirement, here at Farnakitti will support you and celebrate your life. Call us today to schedule your tour.
Whatever happened up there made you stronger.
She should be dead.
The power, the pain, it's all coming out at once.
It scares me. It feels good.
The girl dies.
She's still Jean. We can still help her.
X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Digital customers, tune to Channel 1 to get started.
If you add it up, 12 spots a year for 25 years, close to 300 different commercials I've used Antietam Cable Production for. In terms of the experience with the production department, the truth is, we've become friends because we've done it so often. The staff is very, very professional. They make it easy for me to do the spot. That's the biggest thing. And we have a lot of fun doing it. And it works. It brings people to the dealership. And that's all I can ask.
This is Jay, and this is Chris. Together, they make up The Hub Show.
Podcasting and broadcasting about everything and nothing.
And they've partnered with Antietam Media Services to turn their podcast into a local TV show. With help from a variety of guests, they'll talk about what's going on in the Hub City and surrounding areas. With Chris and Jay, it's always unpredictable, funny, honest, but most of all, it's always local. That's The Hub Show on WCL-TV, channels 806 and 6, Thursday through Sunday at 10 and 11 p.m.
This month, Washington Goes Purple is focused on expanding the conversation about the dangers of prescription painkillers, the gateway to heroin. Every day, 91 people die from heroin or prescription painkiller overdose. Now's the time to start the conversation with your kids, friends, and neighbors about the epidemic and join us in a fight we will win and end our county's addiction to opioids. Log on to WashingtonGoesPurple.com for a list of events supporting our vision of an addiction-free county. We can't do it alone. Join us and let's prevent addiction.
This changes everything. TiVo is here. Search and control your cable channels, on demand and streaming video with one remote. Record 6 shows at once and build a library of favorites with one pass recording. Then watch on any TV in your home Welcome to the ultimate TV experience. Call or visit AntietamBroadband.com to change everything with TiVo.
Thank you for seeing us so quickly. He's just unbearable when he's sick.
I'm glad that you came right into Meritus Urgent Care.
We have just what you need to feel better faster, young bear.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Meritus Urgent Care is located off Moggins Avenue on Creighton Boulevard. For more information, visit meritushealth.com/urgent care.
It's now my pleasure to introduce Sandra Oblitas to the stage today. She is a person that grew up in Bolivia, originally from Bolivia, and has been passionate about dance her entire life. She started dancing when she was 6 and studied both classical ballet, and then as she grew up, she traveled to countries all over South America to study folk dancing and cultural dances of those different countries. She came back to Bolivia. She established in 1998 the Cassandra Cultural Center in Bolivia and was the lead ballerina at the Bolivian Cultural Center. She had the opportunity to establish her own cultural center where she taught, choreographed, and performed both classical ballet and folk dances from around the world. We're going to start off, let me say this. Then in 2002, she and her husband moved to the US for his work. And in 2005, they moved to Hagerstown. She came here, she had kids, she's kind of doing her thing, but she had this passion to share her dance, her love of dance, and this idea that she wanted to celebrate cultures. So she found out about Zumba. She became a Zumba instructor. She teaches Zumba and Aqua Zumba. She still teaches these courses now, as well as ballet at the YMCA. But never wanted to rest on her laurels, always up for a challenge and likes new beginnings. Sandra started a Cassandra Cultural Center here in Hagerstown in 2013. And recently, just in 2017, she founded the Multicultural Folkloric Gala. And I have a little video clip of that I'd like to share with you before we bring Sandra on stage. So let's give Sandra a warm welcome to the stage. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, thank you. So Sandra, that is a fabulous amount of work to establish a school where she can teach that and then to put together these festivals that she travels all over the East Coast. So thank you so much for being here. Sandra, let's start with this question. You grew up in Bolivia and then you traveled extensively in South America. To you, why is dance so important to you?
Hi everyone, and thank you for inviting me to this amazing show.
You're welcome.
Dance is universal. It helps to celebrate diversity, connecting people from different backgrounds.
Okay, and so you started doing that back when you were in Bolivia, and you're still doing it today. How long did you have your the Cassandra Cultural Center in Bolivia?
Oh, when I opened doors in Bolivia, I've been working there for 4 years.
For 4 years,
yes,
okay.
Before coming.
Okay, and I have a lot of questions, so I'm going to use my notes. So what is it about dancing? How does dancing make you feel?
Oh, dance makes me feel happy, makes me feel I can express my emotions through dance. I think it's the best therapy, psychology, spiritually, mentally, great for us, and
So
I recommend dance is the best way to be happy and relax.
So it's a spiritual,
enjoy the
psychological,
life.
and physical well-being. That's great. That's great. When you came to the U.S. For your husband's job, and you didn't come right to Hagerstown, you moved first to.
Yes, I arrived to United States. My husband's job brought us to United States on 2002. And I arrived to Maryland, Damascus. In 2005, I moved to Hagerstown.
Okay, great. And once you were in Hagerstown, tell us a little bit about when you, this is a good story, you found out about Zumba, and you became an instructor. How did that go?
Yes, when I know about Zumba, I feel very excited because I love dance. Zumba included fitness. And I thought, oh no, I have to take certification too for Zumba. And I took my certification for Gold Zumba, Aqua Zumba, Arthritis, Basic Zumba. And currently I'm working at the YMCA, teaching all these disciplines, including classical ballet. And I can say the YMCA now is my second home.
Her second home.
Yes.
So that's a shout out for the YMCA. And folks want to find out, they can go to the Y and sign up for your classes, right?
Oh, sure, yeah, well.
Yeah. And in 2013, you established your second Cassandra Cultural Center here in Hagerstown. What was it, what were your goals when you opened that center?
When we opened doors in Hagerstown, my goal was promote, expand, and encourage about our cultures through dances. And
mainly about Latin America culture at that time.
Latin American countries, yes.
And then what happened?
Yeah, and we used to go to different places. We received very important invitations going to different places to indoor and outdoor showing about our culture.
And you said to me that you also then began to, you realized other cultures here in Hagerstown, European cultures and Asian cultures, and you started teaching those dances too, right?
Yes, it's very interesting. Cassandra Cultural Center used to organize annually galas. And since last year ago, 2018 and 19, we realized to meet more cultures and integrate, dancers from Europe, Asia. And it was amazing because the answer from the community was great because we had a huge community in Hagerstown.
That's great. And so you got to all those different cultures together.
All different cultures.
And I know that we don't have a lot of time, but Sandra told me that she would be happy to teach us a little bit of a salsa step. So if there's anybody who wants to come up on stage, I think we can cue up some music, and Sandra's going to teach us a little bit of salsa. Who's coming up?
Sure. Well, welcome,
come on up.
You have to learn some basic steps today.
Yeah, just basic steps today.
Yeah, sure. Don't be shy. Come to practice.
Yeah. Annie.
Now we are going to learning 4 basic steps with the slow rhythm
and
first.
We only have 3 minutes.
Okay, and we are going to, only ladies, okay. We are going to start with the left feet, marking forward, 1 step, and backwards. This is the first basic step, forward and backwards.
I can even do that.
With the left, all the time, ladies, left and back.
Maybe.
And back. Now, second step, we are going to open side to side. We call Cuban salsa. It's open, open, close, open, close. But in salsa, we used to bend knee and moving hips because salsa is sensual. It's, it's passion. We have to moving hips. Meanwhile, you moving shoulders. Because you can dance straight like this. It doesn't like you have to move and move, flowing. Or you have to pretend you are cleaning windows and moving, moving. Now, third step, crossing feet. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. In salsa, we used to count 1, 2, 3, 4 is like a stop, a pause, and 5, 6, 7. Stop. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6,
I'm washing
7.
my windows.
3, 5, 6, 7. Again, go first forward. 1, 2, and we are going to turn around.
Okay, aren't we fancy? Okay. So can we try this with just a little bit of music?
No, I would like to try with music, salsa. Oh, this is slow. Okay, we are going to try with the slow first. Will you get it? Okay, go for 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 5, 6. Cuban salsa. Go. 1, 2, 3. Bend your knee, moving your hips. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing this.
Cross hips. 1, 2, 3.
Before we go to our commercial break, I just wanted to announce, keep going. Sandra has offered a free class to anybody who wants to learn salsa on October
1st is Tuesday. We are open salsa lessons. And
everybody come out and join us. Give Sandra a big round of applause.
Honey, we finally made it.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
No matter where you're at in your retirement, here at Farnakitti will support you and celebrate your life. Call us today to schedule your tour.
This month, Washington Goes Purple is focused on expanding the conversation about the dangers of prescription painkillers, the gateway to heroin. Every day, 91 people die from heroin or prescription painkiller overdose. Now's the time to start the conversation with your kids, friends, and neighbors about the epidemic and join us in a fight we will win and end our county's addiction to opioids. Log on to WashingtonGoesPurple.com for a list of events supporting our vision of an addiction-free county. We can't do it alone. Join us and let's prevent addiction.
Want the latest new release movies today? With Movies on Demand, you'll get these titles before Netflix and Redbox.
Someone's in my litter box.
Oh, man.
Do something crazy.
Long live the king.
You know who it is.
You get 3 wishes. They must begin with rubbing the lamp and saying, I wish. Got it?
Think so?
Watch this.
Watch the newest collection of movies on demand before Netflix and Redbox.
This is Jay, and this is Chris. Together, they make up The Hub Show.
Podcasting and broadcasting about everything and nothing.
And they've partnered with Antietam Media Services to turn their podcast into a local TV show. With help from a variety of guests, they'll talk about what's going on in the Hub City and surrounding areas. With Chris and Jay, it's always unpredictable, funny, honest, but most of all, it's always local. That's The Hub Show on WCL-TV, channels 806 and 6, Thursday through Sunday at 10 and 11 p.m.
Thank you for seeing us so quickly. He's just unbearable when he's sick.
I'm glad that you came right into Meritus Urgent Care.
We have just what you need to feel better faster, young bear.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Meritus Urgent Care is located off Moggins Avenue on Creighton Boulevard. For more information, visit meritushelp.com/urgent care.
Welcome back. Do you know what time it is? It's Takesha time. So, yay, that's right. So Takesha is the only one that has been on every episode of Prime Time for Women. She's our poet laureate, and she shares her passion for poetry each show. Takesha is a constant, consistent force on our show, but she's also that in our community. She works at the Mediation Center and provides opportunities for people to come to new understandings, to view new perspectives, and to resolve issues from different strategies. So we're so excited to have Takesha here today because she's going to be sharing a poem about stepping outside of your comfort zone. Please welcome Takesha to the stage.
I used to have a comfort zone where I knew I couldn't fail. The same four walls of busy work were really more like jail. I longed so much to do the things I'd never done before, but I stayed inside my comfort zone and paced the same old floor. I said it didn't matter that I wasn't doing much. I said I didn't care for things like diamonds or fur and such. I claimed to be so busy with the things inside my zone, but deep inside I longed for something special of my own. I couldn't let my life go by just watching others win. I held my breath and stepped outside and let the change begin. I took a step, and with new strength I'd never felt before, I kissed my comfort zone goodbye and closed and locked the door. If you're in a comfort zone, afraid to venture out, remember that all winners were at one time all filled with doubt. A step or two and words of praise can make your dreams come true. So greet your future with a smile. Success is there for you.
So powerful. Thank you for sharing the poem. I'm sure those words will resonate with everybody at some point in their lives. I know they're true for me, so thank you very much. As our poet laureate, you take a lot of pride in also empowering other poets and kind of spreading your joy as spoken word. So I was wondering if you would introduce our next guest.
I'd be honored. I'd be honored. So Angel Hart first began to write at the tender age of 8. When she wrote an essay about her mom that was showcased in front of all of her peers, parents, and staff of her school. Her gift of writing led her to being featured at private functions, as well as standing on many platforms to perform throughout the DMV. Recently, Angel released a digital album of poetry and song entitled An Angel Speaks, Spoken Word Meets Poetry. Angel has a passion for helping the underserved individuals of the community. Angel is the founder of Angel Speaks, an organization that is dedicated to investing in young women of color to ensure their mandated success. Angel and her husband, Joseph Hart, currently reside in Hagerstown. So prime time for women. Let's give Angel Hart an energetic and authentic welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. So the poem that I'm going to recite for you all today is a poem that is very dear to my heart that I just recently wrote, and it is entitled Lady. When I was little, my elders gave me dolls and a pretend kitchen set. And though I was a child and no one ever said it, these things represented something for me. They taught me that I should be a wife and a mother. Domestic is the term, I believe. And that stuck with me. Throughout my school-age years, I always remembered, be dainty, be polite, sit up straight, cross your legs tight. You have to be a lady. And the kind that a man wants to marry one day. You have to raise babies, be a lady. And I was, until I forgot me. And then I remembered that really I was a tomboy who liked to climb trees, listen to music, and write poetry, be a lady. So I did. When I first became grown and walked into a boardroom full of men and had to know that some of their eyes watched me because they desired me or they spoke in tones meant to discourage me, but still, I was a lady. One who never allowed someone to push me into the mode of their status quo, but one who decided to make her own path and her own rules, who realized that surely she could literally do whatever it is that she set out to do. And then the push became harder. Okay, Angel, get up. Put on a dress, make sure that your hair is done. Present yourself to the world as the star that you are. Today, your mission is to speak well of someone else, help those in need. And even though it's a rough start to the day, remember that you are a queen, Adjust your crown, wipe your tears, and move on. Someone needs you. The world is depending on your gift. Joseph is depending on you. He is the man that wanted to marry you. He saw his wife in the fight for what you believe to be right, even though you are a tomboy who likes to listen to music and write poetry. I am a lady, and so are you, and you, and you, and you. We as women have grown, taken political offices, become CEOs while still running our homes, driven motorcycles. We are not defined by our menstrual cycles. We are pioneers, astronauts, doctors, chemists, engineers. We have leveled the playing field. However you do it, every day when you look in the mirror, remind yourself that no matter what, your greatest gift is that you are a lady.
Woo!
Yes!
Move hot, have a seat. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to say is I met Angel and we talked about her coming on the show. And she said, can I share a poem? I said, can I give you a topic to write a poem on? So she wrote that just for us. She nailed prime time for women. Yes, she did. So we just have a little bit of time, but Angel, I know that you've been writing poetry for your whole life, basically. Mm-hmm. What is it that drives you? What is your motivation?
Life experiences. Mm-hmm. You know, the things that we go through, I just try to capture the emotions of the moment in the piece. And so it's always good when I'm going through something, it's therapeutic to sit down and write.
And I wanted to make sure we got out there. How can people hear more of her work? It's amazing, folks. There's some really good YouTube clips and video clips and a new album, so talk about that.
So the album is entitled An Angel Speaks, spoken word meets poetry. You'll get a mix of different things on the album. It's on all digital outlets, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, YouTube. You can find it wherever you download digital music.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Angel Hart. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Honey, we finally made it.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
No matter where you're at in your retirement, here at Farnakitti will support you and celebrate your life. Call us today to schedule your tour.
This month, Washington Goes Purple is focused on expanding the conversation about the dangers of prescription painkillers, the gateway to heroin. Every day, 91 people die from heroin or prescription painkiller overdose. Now's the time to start the conversation with your kids, friends, and neighbors about the epidemic and join us in a fight we will win and end our county's addiction to opioids. Log on to WashingtonGoesPurple.com for a list of events supporting our vision of an addiction-free county. We can't do it alone. Join us and let's prevent addiction.
Here's the basics. You get 3 wishes. They must begin with rubbing the lamp and saying, I wish. Got it?
Think so?
Watch this.
Mr. Aladdin, yes, 1 wish or 2 or 3.
I can't make anybody love anybody
or bring anybody back from the dead.
Never had a friend like.
And the crowd goes wild!
Disney's Aladdin, rated PG, now available on demand. Digital customers, tune to Channel 1 to get started.
This is Jay, and this is Chris. Together, they make up The Hub Show.
Podcasting and broadcasting about everything and nothing.
And they've partnered with Antietam Media Services to turn their podcast into a local TV show. With help from a variety of guests, they'll talk about what's going on in the Hub City and surrounding areas. With Chris and Jay, it's always unpredictable, funny, honest, but most of all, it's always local. That's the Hub Show on WCL-TV, channels 806 and 6, Thursday through Sunday at 10 and 11 p.m.
If you add it up, 12 spots a year for 25 years, close to 300 different commercials I've used Antietam Cable Production for. In terms of the experience with the production department, the truth is, we've become friends because we've done it so often. The staff is very, very professional. They make it easy for me to do the spot. That's the biggest thing. And we have a lot of fun doing it. And it works. It brings people to the dealership. And that's all I can ask.
Thank you for seeing us so quickly. He's just unbearable when he's sick.
I'm glad that you came right into Meredith's Urgent Care.
We have just what you need to feel better faster, young bear.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Meredith's Urgent Care is located off Moggins Avenue on Creighton Boulevard. For more information, visit meredithshealth.com/urgent care.
It is my pleasure today to introduce Kara Oscom from Trades of Hope. Kara is somebody who cares deeply and passionately about the world around her. She is although she trained as a sign language interpreter, she prefers to be at home right now with her family. And in order to do that, she has really combined her passion for making a difference and allowing her to be at home by working with Trades of Hope. Trades of Hope is an international organization that works to uplift women out of poverty. They work to build relationships with women and then help them to create sustainable enterprises that provides income for themselves and their families. Please welcome Kara Oscom to the stage.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Kara, Trades of Hope is perfect for you at this time in your life. You say that your story is as hopeful as the products you sell are beautiful. Tell us a little bit about that.
So at Trades of Hope, the goal is to work with women who've been marginalized and pushed to the edge through whatever experience or reason, whether it's poverty or the culture or just the fact that they're a woman. And so I partner with these women. We're in 16 different countries, including the United States, and I'm able to give them opportunity to sell their goods here in the United States.
Is that necklace you're wearing?
Yes, this one's from India. I have the bracelet, the earrings. I had a kimono, but it was the wrong color, so I changed. But
okay. She's style conscious, you know. Yeah. Well, that's great. So in preparing for today's interview, I read a little bit about the history of Trades of Hope, and it was interesting to me that one of the founders had worked in an orphanage for 8 years. She actually established an orphanage, a school, and a clinic in Haiti, and then felt like she wasn't making a difference. Yeah. She read a book that is now the basis for, or provides some of the basis for Trades of Hope. Could you talk a little bit about the reasoning behind that book and how it makes a difference around the world?
So one of the books that she read was Banker to the Poor by Muhammad Yunus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And
Banker to the Poor.
Banker to the Poor, and he has established Grameen Bank, and that's basically the micro lending that we're familiar with today, started back in the 70s. And so Gretchen was one of the founders who read this, and yes, she lived in Haiti. I was actually able to go there last year myself. And after all of these wonderful charitable things that she was doing, she noticed that it was good. It was helping the children. There were health clinics, schools, orphanages, but there was still poverty. The community had not changed. Women were still knocking on her door saying, please take my child, because if I keep it, he'll die. So she realized that while those were good things, something else needed to happen. And so she decided that she wanted to start a business so that instead of giving charity and having people in the community be passive recipients, she wanted to start a business so they could be an active participant in changing their own life.
Yeah, that's great. And I know that you were talking to me a little bit about slow fashion, something that you're part of.
Yes.
Okay.
So slow fashion is a movement, and I'm not like the fashionista. I am a jewelry junkie for sure, which is what got me started. Trades of Hope has home decor and clothing and all sorts of things, but jewelry was what drew me in. But the slow fashion movement just means that instead of having these factories that are churning out these millions of products and really destroying the worker and not acknowledging the person who's making it. Slow fashion is where you look at the person who has made your product, you recognize that this is an individual and that they're important and that their story matters. And so it's going to take a little bit longer to have your fashionable piece made. That's why it's slow fashion. The women we work with, I do Zoom calls with them. I've actually been to Haiti and visited with some of the women who've made our products, and I know them and I'm able to develop a relationship with them. And so if you decide to partner with Trades of Hope, you're partnering with an individual who has a story who's very much like yours. They love their kids. They just want to feed them and put a roof over their head, give them to schooling.
That's one of the things that I liked best about Trades of Hope and why I asked Kara to be on our show. This emphasis on connection and shared stories, that when you have that knowledge, it does creates a little cognitive dissonance, and then you find a way to resolve that conflict and restore balance, and that's what Kara's doing through Trades of Hope. So thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
So, Kara, I was wondering, can you just real quickly mention what countries Trades of Hope is working in now?
So
or some of them, anyhow.
Yeah, we're in 16 different, maybe 17 countries actually, because the Dominican Republic, and there's some countries, like we've had products from Madagascar, but we don't currently have them. And so as the artisans have resources and they're able to make them, then we're purchasing. And if there's a season when they're not able, then we don't have their products. But we have two groups that we work with in the United States, one from California, one from Tennessee. We are in India, in Bangladesh, in Kenya, in Uganda, Cambodia. There's a group that we work with in North Asia, which we don't disclose that location because they have come out of the brothels and they're actually vulnerable to people still trying to pursue them. So we're all over the world.
That's really fascinating. And why is it that you partner with women? When you help a woman, how does that change the economy in an area? Maybe you could talk to that.
Yes, we do actually, there are men that we employ, but the majority is women. And the reason is that women are generally relational, more so than men. And so when you empower a woman, she is going to go back to her mom or her sister or her children or her neighbors, and she's going to reinvest everything that you just gave her to those women around her, to those relationships that are important to her. And not that a guy won't do that, but women tend to do that more. We want to connect.
Well, they seek you out more too, right?
Yes, and yes, I mean, you've learned something, you're excited about something, you go tell your girlfriend or your mom or your sister, and you call them and you just want to share that. And so that's why we invest in women, because that investment is multiplied when we invest in a woman.
And I think I read a statistic that for every woman you help, it helps lift 4 other children out of poverty. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing. And as an organization, Trades of Hope talks about they're not looking to give money, they're looking to provide opportunity.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about the theory behind, or the mission behind that statement?
So the business over charity, is that what you're referring to? Yes, and so that's, I think, where the Banker to the Poor, where our founder got this idea, was that there's no third world country that's ever risen out of that status, right, by charity. All these NGOs that go in and give free bags of rice, and so that doesn't change the situation in that third world country. It's only when you give them opportunity to actively develop their own ideas, because people have brilliant, wonderful, beautiful ideas that they just need someone to come and stand beside them, walk along with them, give them opportunity and a chance to grow, and that's what we do.
And Kara, I was wondering, could we give our audience an opportunity to ask some questions?
Sure.
Okay,
I love that.
So who has some questions for Kara?
And I hope I have answers. If not, I'll email you later.
Is there a website that we can check out the products, or do we have to go to your store?
No, there is a website. It's www.mytradesofhope.com/Kara Oscom. And you can buy online. However, this is very intentionally a home party business. And the reason is that Trades of Hope wants you to connect with one another. Put your laundry aside, put your cell phone down, get your girlfriends, your friends, your neighbors, your community together, look each other in the eye, and realize that we are better together. That's Bernadette's whole point of having this as a live taping, right? And so a home party environment encourages you to be together, and then I can tell you the stories of the women who made these products, because the products are beautiful, but really, let's face it, it's not about the products. It's about this person's story. This woman is just as important as you, And your stories are probably very similar. And so I want you to know that.
And she'll take your stories back and share them with the women she works with. So it's this really incredible bridge of collaboration. So, yeah. Any other questions?
Can you tell us the success story that sticks in your mind the most?
Yes, so there's a pair of earrings called the Dare to Dream earrings. They're from Haiti. They're made of leather and upcycled steel. And they're made by a woman named Gertie. And she was a single mom, and she was just impoverished and could barely feed her daughter. And so she started working at this artisan guild. She is now married. She owns her home. She's a manager in this artisan guild, and she's employing other women.
Wow.
And do I have another second? She designed the earrings. They're called Dare to Dream because she said as a child, she did not dare. Her dreams were of food and where am I going to sleep. In a first world country, we dream of what kind of car, where am I going to go to school, who am I going to marry. She could not dare to dream that, but now she has security in food and shelter, and so she is daring to dream not just for herself and her husband and her child, but for her community.
Oh, beautiful. To me, when I met Karen, did my research on Trades of Hope, I had this, it was very validating. It felt like to me, I was part of something that Trades of Hope was doing on a national, international level. I'm doing on a little baby community level. And it makes me so happy that I get to connect with you here each and every month. So thank you for being here. Kara, thank you for being here, for sharing this incredible, hopeful story. We'll be right back after this commercial with the Prima Donna Dancers. Woo!
Honey, we finally made it.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
No matter where you're at in your retirement, here at Farnakitti will support you and celebrate your life. Call us today to schedule your tour.
The internet has changed how we live and work and has become an essential utility in our everyday lives. But with so many connected devices, how do you know how much bandwidth is enough? Bandwidth refers to the total amount of internet data that can be delivered to your home every second. It is important to understand that bandwidth is shared among all connected devices in the home. The more devices that connect to the internet.
This is Jay, and this is Chris. Together, they make up The Hub Show.
Podcasting and broadcasting about everything and nothing.
And they've partnered with Antietam Media Services to turn their podcast into a local TV show. With help from a variety of guests, they'll talk about what's going on in the Hub City and surrounding areas. With Chris and Jay, it's always unpredictable, funny, honest, but most of all, it's always local. That's The Hub Show on WCL-TV, channels 806 and 6, Thursday through Sunday at 10 and 11 p.m.
Introducing Antietam Smart Wi-Fi, the ultimate home networking solution. Smart Wi-Fi expands your wireless network and can eliminate Wi-Fi dead zones. Adding Smart Wi-Fi access points creates a Wi-Fi blanket for all of your devices, so you get consistent wireless internet speeds anywhere in your house. So go ahead and browse, game, and stream video in any room. Make the most of your internet with Smart Wi-Fi from Antietam Broadband. Smart homes deserve Smart Wi-Fi.
Business internet just reached the tipping point. Tip your hat to the information age. Get a gig for business and upload robust files, complex videos, and compound reports at the same time, in real time, while saving time. For DISA and data, get a gig. Got it? Now get going. Get Flight Gigabit for Business backed by 24/7 tech support from Antietam Broadband. Call us today.
The Humane Society of Washington County offers refuge to domestic animals in need. Animals like Romeo. Starved and abandoned in the bitter cold, Romeo is not the first animal found in this desperate condition, and he won't be the last. You can help give innocent animals another chance. Even a $10 monthly donation can help the Humane Society of Washington County act quickly to save lives. Can the animals count on you? Visit hswcmd.org to learn more.
Thank you for seeing us so quickly. He's just unbearable when he's sick.
I'm glad that you came right into Meritus Urgent Care.
We have just what you need to feel better faster, young bear.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Meritus Urgent Care is located off Moggins Avenue on Creighton Boulevard. For more information, visit meritushealth.com/urgent care.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a nice, amazing round of applause to the Prima Donna Dancers!
The show is about to begin.
So I'm guessing a lot of you would like to meet the person that worked with us to teach this dance. But before I bring Peter Arismendi from Fresh Academics up on the stage, I just wanted to give each of these women a chance to introduce themselves and say why they liked being part of the Prima Donna Dancers. So we'll start with Yvette.
Well, dancing has always been my happy place, and actually dancing with these ladies every week has just been a lot of fun.
Okay.
I'm expecting a new grandbaby very soon, and I want to stay active for her.
And your name, please.
Barb.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Barb too. And it just brings such joy to be dancing and to meet 12 new friends.
Hi, I'm Corinne, and I loved being at practice, and there was a window in the street, and the people were walking by watching us and laughing. And one guy was sitting in his wheelchair watching us and actually walked in.
Got out of that walking.
But I love to be fearlessly myself.
There we go.
I'm Lynn Smith, and I have a fitness coach, and she told me to get out of my comfort zone, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here I am, hip-hop dancer.
Okay.
I'm Jan Lee Vyans, and hip-hop was never on my to-do list. However, Penny, it's been great. I've made new friends. We've laughed. We've had margaritas and tacos.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
My name's Elisa, and I just love how much fun we have on Tuesday nights at practice, and we are able to laugh at ourselves and tell stories, and I still can't remember everyone's names, so we go through, we do the name thing. It's just a great time.
Great.
Hi, I'm Jen Silbert. I love to dance. I think it's a great form of emotional expression, but I think that this group defied ageism, and if you didn't get a chance when you were younger to hip-hop, you get a second chance now.
Hi, I'm Barbie, because there was already too many Barbs. So for me, I got recruited, but it was a comfort zone, stepping out of your comfort zone, and I got to meet amazing women. And I just encourage everyone to come out and step out of your comfort zone.
Hi, I'm Carolyn, and I think the best part for me is just hanging out with women who are just totally supportive and encouraging and just want to see me do better than I did the week before.
Hi, I'm Dory, and I always love dance, and this was just fun.
Great. Well, let's give these ladies a big round of applause. I also wanted to call on stage Peter Arizmendi. He's the owner and instructor at Fresh Academics. He teaches hip-hop to people of all ages. Peter, please come on stage. So glad you're here. So, Peter, you can hold that microphone because I have a microphone on too. So, Peter, tell us they obviously have loved every minute of this. What has it meant to you to be an instructor for this group?
This group was because they were so enthusiastic. They came early.
We didn't leave.
I have to drag my kids in sometimes, and they were ready to go. By the second week, I saw some fire in them. I even told my kids, I said, hey guys, you guys got a new group of people that are gonna compete with you. They're like, really, Mr. Peter? I was like, yeah, they're older women. No, I'm like, they're as good as you guys, you know?
Well, Peter, would you lead us out the show with a little bit of hip-hop dancing right now?
Okay, you guys want to join me? I promise nobody's gonna get hurt.
Okay.
Little bit of tuck. So stand up your seats, come on. We're just gonna shake our tuchus, we're gonna clap our hands, shake our bodies, shake our shoulders. Nice round of applause to Sandra Oblitas, because she's amazing, and we met years ago, so there's a lot of inspiration there. A lot of you guys don't know, but a lot of the B-boys in the Bronx, where hip-hop started, came from salsa background. I'm Puerto Rican, so I added some of that to this. Okay, so nice round of applause. You ready to go, ladies?
Ready.
The Prima Donna dancers, let's give them a nice round of applause and let me hear you scream! Nice shout out to Jay Hike, our DJ, and Andy.
Ready? Let's go.
4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it simple. I told you no one's gonna get hurt. We're gonna take it down. You ready? Take it up, take it up. Put your hands up. Raise the roof. We're gonna do the original WAP. You ready?
Ladies, Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us on Prime Time for Women. Keep it going. Woo!